I'm Leanne Golan. Did you know that there are 7 questions you must answer in order to fulfill your calling or your destiny? Those questions are who, what, where, when, and why, and I've thrown in another who and a how. Now, I don't want you to be overwhelmed at the thought of answering all these questions all at once, but you should be looking at these questions as part of the process for finding God's will for your life. So the first question, and I'm going to give you a free PDF with this teaching, so I'm just using my notes here. So the first question is who? Who are you called to serve? Who is it that you have a burden for? And who is it that you would really desire to help? The second question is what? What do you feel called to help them with? Is it a problem that they can't solve on their own? Is it a problem that maybe you have experienced in your life and you'd like to help somebody else through that? So you must answer the question, what? What is the problem? And not only what is the problem, but what is the solution to that problem that you feel you can bring or you feel that God is calling you to bring forward? So the third question is where? Where is God calling you to do this? God's promises and His purpose for us always have a location. So your location certainly could be all over the world if you were called to be a missionary. So it doesn't have to be one particular place, but it does have to be at least one place. And so sometimes that place could even be internet. So that's a place that's going to reach a lot of places. So you have to answer the question where and what's the context of the calling that you have. The fourth question is when. When should you move forward on this? Another big important question to ask or answer is what is God's timing? Because you can move out in the right thing in the right place, but you might have the wrong timing for that. So you really have to discern and determine what God's timing is for the vision He's called you to, and then the timing for each of the steps involved. The fifth question is why. That's probably the most important question you should ask because you need to know why you're doing this. Often when we step out in something God's called us to do, we find out we have motives that aren't so pure. Maybe those motives are to gain approval from God or from other people, and that's never the best reason to be doing what you're doing. So sometimes we do step out in our purpose and we find those things come up, and that's okay. But the most important thing is to deal with those things. So that's an important question. You check your motives, and how will it affect you if you fail or succeed? That's an important question to ask, and that can sometimes reveal your motives, whether they were maybe for prideful reasons or not so pure motives. The sixth question is who? Who has God called you to serve with and do this vision with? And the question is, are you called to start by yourself? That can be common, so don't feel the pressure to bring somebody along if you are the one to start this thing, and often that's how it goes. So don't be pressured to bring people into the picture that shouldn't be there. I just want you to answer that question of who you think should be coming on this journey with you, whether they're behind the scenes or whether they're out front with you. It's important to know who's on your team. And is there anyone hindering you? This is an important question. Is there anyone hindering you from moving forward in that purpose? So it's not only who are you supposed to be working alongside, but who are you not supposed to be working with? That's a good question to ask yourself too. And the final question is how. How will this vision be fulfilled? Now, that's something that you may never know the answer to because as we step out in faith, sometimes things just don't, well, often things just don't work out the way that you hope or plan that they will. So the how often will be maybe a strategy that God's giving you, or it might just be the baby step in front of you. But the important thing is to know what that next step is. And that next step could be waiting, it could be research, it could be praying, it could be getting clarity of vision. So don't put the pressure on yourself to perform that thing or can accomplish that vision God's called you to, I just want you to be mindful that God could give you a strategy, or he could give you a step even that doesn't make sense in the natural, but it's still something very important for you to follow through on in order to accomplish God's will for your life and your calling and your purpose. So that's it for today, and as I said, I'm going to include a PDF of this with this video, and please visit providencecoaching.com for more information on finding and fulfilling your calling. And if you like this video, please click on the links and share that with your friends and family and those who are searching for God's purpose and plan for their lives. So thank you again. I'm Leanne Golan, and I appreciate you very much. Bless you. Bye. I'm Leanne Golan. There are 7 questions that you must answer before you can fulfill your destiny. Thank you, Josie. Thanks for that.